Time for Winner Home right here on Afternoon Express. Welcome back. This is where 3 talented young design contestants turn 3 empty apartments into dream homes at the Polo Village at the Valdevie Estate in the Cape Winelands. And the best part is that you, the viewer, stand a chance of winning one of the completed apartments valued at over 3 million rand. It's absolutely amazing. So today we're joined by Robin Sprong, who creates custom designer and photographic wallpapers, printed canvases, fabric prints, vinyl wall tattoos, and many other surfaces, particularly that he likes to design on and conceptualize too. He's been in the business for more than 10 years and his work has represented South Africa. He's been in the UK, Australia, Netherlands, USA and Germany. You name it, he's been there. Welcome to the Loft, Robin.
Thank you very much. Nice to be here.
Cool. So I always ask all of the artists that come into our Loft, don't you think our place is very pretty? Do you think it doesn't need any wallpaper?
It's great. Needs a little bit of wallpaper. I see you've got a few pieces, a piece behind me.
Of course you would say that. I thought you would.
Yeah.
Let's talk a bit about wallpaper art and design, because I think a lot of youngsters like to get into graphic design and maybe to work in interior design. Yeah. How did you find yourself in wallpaper art?
I actually started off as a photographer, so I worked photographing a lot of stuff for landscapes, and I had so much imagery, and I kind of always had that feeling that I was giving my stuff away for the cost of the shoot. So I started collecting a lot of landscape images, different types of textures, different type of really nice sort of funky images, and we were doing something different. So I started off with those images, and I felt that just printing a picture and putting it in a frame on the wall was a bit silly. Why not do the whole wall?
Yeah.
So digital technology was starting to evolve at that time, and a friend of mine said, come play with some of my machines, and we did.
Here you are.
Yeah.
A massive success. Something that I find quite interesting, obviously, is the fact that wallpaper was a big thing back in the day, and I think in the 90s and 80s or something, it was a really massive thing, wallpapers and trying to get graphics on the wall. And then it sort of moved more towards paints and colors and simplicity, and now wallpaper is back, it's the new trend. Why has it moved in that direction, and is it a big thing at the moment in interior design worlds?
I think the whole printing industry is completely evolved. In the old days, you know, to set up wallpaper printing companies, it was a huge, big process. It was litho printing. It was a different silk screen printing. Yeah. So these days, with digital printing, you can do anything, and you can do it in a very small quantity. So you can print just as much as you need. You don't have to set up screens and jigs, and so it's become accessible for people. It's become accessible for designers to start designing. It's become easy for them to just sort of like spend some time on the computer, put it out there, and then they can digitally print or do vinyl cutting or whatever it is that they need.
So those, obviously, I want to get people out of the mindset of thinking that it's only about wallpaper, which is i.e. something that you can pull off a peel for and stick onto the walls. And there's more to it. There's a whole bunch of vinyls that you can use. There are different textures, different mediums that you can use. I mean, you've worked a lot in various different types and forms, but what does your expertise lie in, and what are the options to us available instead of doing paint?
Yeah, I think wallpaper's always one. There's vinyl printing, which means that you can go into glass, you can go into any flat surfaces. There's now people that are even experimenting on surface prints that you can do for exteriors. You can do things on, you can pretty much, it's endless. Any type of print. Yeah. There's even people that are printing using water, where you can print onto a helmet. Sure. So it's absolutely endless these days.
Yeah, you've also worked in places like nightclubs, you've worked in restaurants, you've worked in doctors' rooms. I mean, there are different applications for all of those, and everyone has something different. Let's talk through some of these images. So this nightclub that you've done over here.
This was a nightclub that we did, and the clients asked us, that it was called Harem, and they wanted it to feel like a harem. It's in Johannesburg. They wanted it to feel like it was a really nice sort of like, when you go in, there's lots of girls with this sort of Arab thing. So we did these curtains where we printed onto the fabric, and then we did these behind the couches. You can see the eyes, and that was the brief for that. We also did glass tops with for the bar tops, where we did these sort of painted hands, and so that was holding the glasses, and then we did all the sort of logo designs on all the different tabletops. So we were given quite a free...
So much that you can do. A lot of properties also like to collaborate with the sort of wallpapers or designs and the paint colors. And how do you find that balance? How do you really... What comes first? Furniture, wallpaper, paint, wallpaper. How does it all work out together?
I think furniture's got to go first. I think you got to get your mood right. You got to get to know what sort of space you want it to be, and then it's a lot easier for us to sort of see what's possible. Once you've chosen your colours, once you've chosen your mood, then we can suggest, look, are we going to do a photographic print? Are we going to do patterns? Are we going to do something like that? And then that sort of helps you build up your story. And I think jumping the gun and doing a wallpaper and then trying to adapt your furniture to is going to be quite a difficult process.
You're brilliant at what you do, I must say. I'm really, really inspired by the work that you do, and it's exciting to have you on the couch because one of our contestants for Win a Home they've had one day, and the first thing he's done, Rudolph, has come to visit you, and you guys have started to collaborate.
Yes, that's right. You know, we met him, and then he asked us to do a wallpaper for him. We pretty much, one of my junior designers actually sat until 4 o'clock in the morning doing this sort of contour design for him. And it's been great working with him. We're very happy to be part of the Valdevi Polo estate. In fact, we're doing another massive home at the moment while we speak. So it's been awesome. A really nice relationship.
Well, I'm glad that the relationship is there because Valdevi is a beautiful estate and you guys have taken a lot of inspiration from there. So from what I've heard from Rudolph's progress, he's really excited to incorporate what Valdevi's got. So it's cool to have you on part of that project. Also cool to have you to chat about the importance of looking after your home and making it look beautiful.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thanks, Robin.
It's
good to have you on the show with us.
Thank
so
you.
We're honoured and excited to have Win a Home right here on Afternoon Express. You'll see our 3 design contestants gradually transform 3 properties at the Valdevi estate using finishes provided by Caesarstone and Plascon. Judging their work is renowned architect Stefan Antony and result from Plascon and Simon Bray from Private Property. You could win one of the finished apartments valued at over 3 million rand in the grand prize competition. To find it, go to privateproperty.co.za. Win a Home is proudly brought to you by Private Property in association with Nedbank. Now, after the break, we put to the finishing touches on our lemon curd ricotta cake. Don't go anywhere.